How you doing? This is Zach Allen, and I'm going to share one more tip with you on how to create more power in your golf swing. One thing that you'll see when you study slow motion video of some of the longest hitters in golf, as they take the golf club back, you actually see the shaft flex in the initial takeaway for the first 6 inches. And what's happening here, even though all these guys have very stiff shafts because they hit the ball a long way, they're actually starting to lag and stress the shaft and load it very early in their takeaway. And as you load it here and you start down, you start to feel that same load as you start down. All that energy and transfer really whips your club head through the golf ball. So a great drill to get that sensation is, you can go ahead and do this with a driver. Here's my normal address position, but I'm going to start at an adjusted address with my hands back by my right thigh. So here's normal, back by your right thigh, and you can see already the club head is lagging behind my hands, and this will give me a very good sensation as I start my downswing. So we're going from here at address to here on the way down. And practice that a few times before you actually try to hit a ball. And you'll see that the more angle that you can create in your downswing, the farther you'll hit the golf ball. I hope that drill helps you.
So just to continue to emphasize this point about having this lead lag or this early drag to develop more power, to learn how to load the shaft so you can unload it, I've got Jason Zubak here, 6-time national long drive champion. At one point he won it 4 years in a row. But if you watch here, he's probably got a driver that's close to 48, 49 inches, and it's probably a triple or a quadruple extra stiff. Not something that you and I would be swinging here. But you can see as he gets into his takeaway here, you can see he's almost getting to that same exact position that we're prescribing in the drill. Hands by his right thigh. You also notice the club face is not open at all. That's something I want you to be conscious of as you do this. Do not roll the face open as you start to feel this kind of lag and drag early in his takeaway. You can see his hands are in by his right thigh. The club face is still looking at the ball, and you can see that very stiff shaft starting to flex already, just in the takeaway. So you can see there's a lot that goes into a good takeaway. There's a lot of dynamic stuff that happens early on that helps these guys just hammer this ball. Okay, and one more example. This is Jamie Sadlowski. This guy's won the National Long Drive 2 years, but he's known as just freaky long. Like I think his best drive in competition is 445 yards. But same thing, you can see as he takes it back, you see the shaft starting to bend and flex. You notice the club just going across the ground here as he starts to drag the club head back with his driver. And throughout this entire motion of his, the shaft is loaded in the takeaway. It's loaded even more here as he starts down. You can see a little bit of flex there in his transition. But all that is to really be able to crack this whip down at the ball and unload the shaft. So when he gets into the hitting area, you notice the bow of the shaft in this position. That allows him to use drivers that maybe only have like 5 and 6 degrees of loft. So now the shaft has reverse directions and it's flexing away from the target, okay? Adding loft to his club and adding a lot of snap to his impact. That's why these guys get these amazing ball speeds. But that shaft is doing a lot of stuff, both in the takeaway, like that drill we're prescribing, but also through the hitting area. Most people don't realize, the nickname for the shaft is the engine of the club. So once you learn how to stress it, load it, and unload it properly, you really can start hitting your driver a lot farther.